Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of The Main Ingredient. For those of you who have not seen this series, it is a mini series, I guess you could say, of our full show Recipe for Success, which we typically film out of the J World Huizinga Kitchen. Now, with all that's going on, we're filming out of Laurie's kitchen. And so I'm thrilled today to welcome our guest, Maureen Shea, President with Right Management, dear friend, longtime supporter of Junior Achievement, and amazing woman. Are you there? Can I hear you? I can't hear you.
Now you can.
Now I can. There we go. Technology. Isn't this amazing?
It is fun. It is very fun.
It is fun. So tell me about you and the family and how are things going in the last 3-4 weeks? How are you guys doing?
Well, you know that you always wish that you had a little bit of time to slow down, but you really didn't want to wish that it was going to happen this way. But it's been absolutely fun to spend time here with Tom. We are both working independently, just like you. We have our laptops. We are fully connected to our offices, to our team. So life is moving forward, which is really good for us. And yeah. I do get to see my grandkids once in a while. So we're going to get together for Easter and keep our social distancing, but at least be able to see each other.
Are they going to come over and you'll just stay 6 feet apart?
We're planning. I've actually planned a virtual mass with a dear priest friend of mine, and I've planned our traditional Easter dinner with all our family that our caterer will deliver. And we will go to Ryan and Christina's and have our Easter dinner outside in the backyard. And
nice.
So it'll be fun.
But I think you're right. I think, it's really interesting. I posted this morning, Patrick was doing some laps because he does Special Olympics and swimming. And I said,
sure.
It's a good time for you to be practicing your laps and your swimming. And we've been walking, and he's lost 10 pounds. I've lost 8. Just a little bit of competition we have going on.
That's great.
But, we were struggling to make time for that, right, before all of this. And now it's a daily ritual that it's either swimming, biking, walking, some sort of exercise. And so we all feel better, which is
right.
Good.
So my son is in LA, and he he actually does TV commercials, and he's assistant director. But in his spare time, he does yoga instructing. So he is now also teaching Tom and I yoga virtually in the evening. So it's been fun to spend time with him because he's been locked up for longer than us because LA was on lockdown 2 weeks earlier than we.
Yeah, and he's out there. You're all here, and he's out there. So,
So
tell us, for the audience who doesn't know everything that Right Management does,
sure.
Tell us a little bit about the company and some of the things that you're doing.
Okay, so what we do, we have a very niche business. We work with companies when they're actually downsizing and letting people go. And we work with those individuals who've been let go to help them find their new opportunity. So we are the hope for them in the storm. And we started our business 40 years ago, and Tom and I started our own outplacement firm. And we went to exhibit at a HR conference and met Wright Associates, and Wright had 4 individuals who were part of that team, and one thing led to the other, and we decided to get together with our forces, and we joined Wright in '82. We were office number 6, and now we are a global company in 52 countries around the world. Manpower purchased Wright in 2004, so they've been an excellent partner and supporter for us over the last number of years.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, locally, people have heard Right Management, but globally, Manpower has an amazing reputation. Yes. They are international partners of Junior Achievement. So I've become more aware of them over the several years, right? It just makes sense around labor and career development. So, so what are you seeing right now? What's happening? Are you being deployed by companies to work with their employees as they're doing some furloughs and layoffs? Because we know that's going on. How is your business fitting into what's happening?
So we are in the right place at the right time. And fortunately, we have so many wonderful clients that rely on us throughout the year for small events, for helping people right size. And now that we have these major events, we're working with some of our clients to help them with their furloughed employees, as well as some downsizing that's occurring because of the time. The good news, though, Laurie, is that we have a number of folks that are also in our program that are being hired. So where the news and the media almost scares us to death in terms of what the economy is going to look like and what we have to look forward to, and it is frightening from the perspective of hearing the news and seeing what's going on. But on the other hand, companies are hiring.
Right. Are they hiring? You hear a lot about places like Costco and delivery dudes and those kinds of places, Publix hiring. Are you seeing it at the management level as well?
Absolutely. We have a number of folks that have been in the process. Typically in your managerial or executive level positions, it takes a number of months to secure the level that you want. And so a number of folks have landed where they've started conversations before the pandemic occurred. And then we have a good number of people over the last 6 weeks. We had 29 folks land over the last 6 weeks in a variety of positions and industries. So there is definitely hope for folks to know that, in a time like this where you may be in a particular niche industry where you may need to look at your skill set and refocus your skills in a different industry. And that's what's really good about having Right Management as your career partner, because we can really help you retool your skills to that next opportunity. So it's
it's funny. And I love hearing you say this, right? As the CEO of Junior Achievement,
of course,
I am just loving what you're saying right now, because I've been saying for the last 4 weeks or so, there has never, ever, ever been a more important time to make sure that our students are prepared from a financial management perspective, right? We should be including them in these conversations around managing your money, reducing expenses, right? All of that, preparing for a rainy day, teaching them those transferable skills, right? If people don't have those transferable skills, you're starting from a much different level to get them ready to make a transition to another career, another job. And then, of course, if they're running businesses and we're teaching entrepreneurship, we're all having to figure out how to run our businesses during this time, right? So I don't think, but of course I'm probably a little bit prejudiced. That's why I'm glad to hear you say it, that it is really critical for young people. We can't forget that we've got to continue to use these real life situations to continue to teach them and prepare them.
Absolutely, more than ever. And, your students will be looking at how their parents are handling it. So that's also critically important that, we keep a sense of hope and a sense of stability throughout all of this. Because if you rely on watching the television, it could drive you crazy. I've learned to
very depressed.
Yes. So I've learned to switch to PBS. Jennifer will be very happy about that. And certainly HSN, I've bought a few things. But
well, I've become addicted to some Netflix series and stuff like that. So my producer just walked up and said, Patrick, yes, honey. All right, I'm doing a show. So when we're done, my producer, we call him the producer now.
All right.
Inevitably on every show now he has to talk to me. So 40 years, long time, right?
It is, and it's not.
Yes, you and of course Ryan have achieved, amazing success. What do you think the main ingredient has been to that success for the company?
Well, first of all, you have to love what you do. And I think we were blessed to have been teachers in our first career path and then moved into HR. And from HR, we realized that we had transitioned our careers into business, that we could teach people how to do that. And so we really were able to understand what we love to do in the teaching profession, the helping profession, and really help companies and individuals in times of need. So if you love what you do, then it's not work, and you work really hard, and you know that better than anybody. We've known each other a long time, so you are another one of those overachievers because you love what you do. So I think that's number one. If you love what you do, then hard work is not hard. And we've been very blessed to be able to blend our lives together. We live together, we work together, our son's in the business together. So it's allowed us the opportunity to spend a lot of good quality family time together, work time together, and then we play hard. So I think I'm really proud of the fact that we get out and we have a good time and we travel a lot. Although I have to say I've canceled a lot of trips this week. I've canceled a cruise from Celebrity, much to my dismay, but it's just not a good time. No.
Yeah, and I hope that I hear in the future about your trips.
Yes, you will.
We'll find the new normal, but I don't think we'll stop traveling altogether, right?
No.
And doing the things we love. I think it's interesting because I think there has to be a special ingredient to helping you work as a family, right? So often you hear about families who can't make that work. And so what's the ingredient to that?
That's a really interesting question. Very early on when I joined the firm back in the 80s, it was very much like your employees were like your children. Well, if they didn't like what dad said, they go to mom, and they didn't like what mom said, they go to dad. So very early on, we had established our roles and responsibilities very clearly to our employees and to each other. And so that's where we were able to really shine, that we were able to capitalize on our own skill set, our own growth, and still have the best of both worlds because we are good soulmates, and we bounce a lot of ideas back and forth. And our kids grew up with that in the kitchen table, so maybe that's why Ryan is now part of our business, because he and Kyle certainly grew up with us living it, and clearly Ryan has his skill set. So we all have our roles and responsibilities, and I also feel that there's a lot of respect that we have for each other in our roles and responsibilities, that we don't go outside that. So I think that's
and you support
important,
right? When they go to mom,
exactly.
You have to be able to say, "What did mom say?" Because that's my role, right?
Right.
And support that and be on the same page. Yeah, no different than parenting. You're right. So I think one of the things that I thought about too, and I just want to touch on it for a second.
Sure.
You are extremely involved in WEL, which for those is Women Executive Leadership.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I want to make sure I got that right.
Yes.
Which I'm about to join. So I loved the luncheon that we went to. And I think it's really important as women that we have that cohesive, supportive group, right? Of we talk about the things that we go through that might be unique to women. So tell me a little bit about that group, and has that been a support to you? Is there something that there's the producer.
I see Patrick.
Can you go up there in the front and produce for mommy? And so
this is the best part about virtual working.
Exactly.
Seeing everybody in the background.
Listen, people have their cats on their. I'm gonna get a hug during this time. So all right.
Good. We all need them.
All right, come on over there and watch mom anymore. Okay. Patrick, by the way, said, what happened to our St. Patrick's Day party? So, I want you to know it was very missed.
Next year.
But as a woman, right, what is that ingredient that you've brought to the table and to your company?
So, I started out in the 70s in my career. So, in fact, in between teaching, I went to work at Mass Mutual and was a recruiter for them, and I was the first female sales manager hired in the company in the 70s. And that we talk about breaking glass ceilings. Yeah. And so you remember those days when you are the only female, and they look at you and say, well, aren't you rooming with someone? Well, no, because I'm not rooming with my male colleague. No, it's not going to happen. So I think the opportunity that I've had in terms of the mentors that I've had, both male and female, have meant a lot to me in terms of our growth, and therefore it's important to pay it forward. And so women's executive leadership is an opportunity for us to really prepare women to get into the boardroom and to top leadership positions. And so we have folks that are there already, folks that are wanting to be there, folks that aspire to be there. So it's really a very supportive group of women to help us educate, connect, and advocate for each other. And those are the three ingredients. But I also believe it's really important in giving back, junior achievement. I'm involved with the Girl Scouts. We're involved in the ARC beauty pageant. So, you want to help women and girls educate, you really want to help pay it forward.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I would be remiss if I didn't touch on all that you do in the community. But I think you're right. I mean, I have to tell you, one of the most rewarding things I do, I have two young ladies who are at different levels in their careers that I'm mentoring. And I've not met either one of them, so it's been virtual. And now we'll use Zoom. It's been by phone. And that is one of the most rewarding things as a woman executive, right, to be able to give that back. And mentoring my team using books to grow their leadership is something, if I could do that 24/7, I would be just as passionate about that. But yes, giving back to the community, like I said, it's been such an important part of you and Tom and your family, as well as the company. And so thank you for that, because I think that's so important to success,
Great. Thank you.
Well, I just want to say thank you. I mean, I think you've given us some hope today, right? Telling us a little bit about what's going on.
Yes.
And there really are some good things, some hiring going on out there in the economy.
There is.
Awesome news. And some great ingredients. Right? You touched on loving what you do and being passionate about it, and you'll never work hard, right? And then, whether you're married or not married, when you're running a company, right, clear expectations, clear roles, and respect. Such important ingredients. And I just want to say thank you for all that you do for inspiring women, young people.
And all the great things that you guys do.
Well, thank you. I have to tell you, we're actually having a lot of fun right now. We're continuing to teach students. We're just doing it virtually. We're doing speaker series. So I might call on you to talk with the kids, because I want to from women, right? Our young girls. And to your point, we started a girls' scholarship for girls to go to college or to trade school about a year and a half ago. So
that's terrific.
Specifically to help young girls. So
wonderful. I'm happy to help.
Thank you.
All right. Well, stay safe.
Stay safe.
Hugs to Patrick. I will.
And
we'll talk again soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye.